Hi, it's me, Severed. Here again to remind you that every content on YouTube one day will gonna be from a dead person. Coming back to you with a new part of What If Deku was Hawk Moth, and well, let's just get right to do it. Right now, where last left off, Midoriya have made peace with his mother after having to deal with Galora and the Todoroki family. It's kinda hurted him deep down. And well, after trying to ensure that his mother isn't worried about him, he gone to sleep, and right now it's the next day. With this day, there are only 3 days left for the sport festival to arrive, so Midoriya's time is cutting short, and he needs to prepare. He needs to prepare something big if you want to hit the society where it hurts the most. And well, right now Midoriya's in his hideout, watching a bit of the news of the last incident of Galora, while Nuru is by his side. As Midoriya, while hearing the news talking about the last night and how they attack and how it happened, and how all of the heroes of Japan were mostly asleep except Endeavor and, well, Ladybug, because Endeavor simply is capable of having the fire quirk, and every other person with a fire quirk also did stay awake for some times. Well, regardless of this whole ordeal, Midoriya is right now, well, of course, he realizes that they did not post on the news any stories of the Todoroki families. Or although the news reporter tried to go and talk to Rei Todoroki, they weren't allowed to, since Rei is in a mental hospital and she needs rest. And the last thing she needs is, well, news reporters. As right now, Nuru is looking at Midoriya watching the video as he said, Midoriya, what are you thinking? As Izuku said, it's just, I don't know, it feels off. Like, I can make any villain, yes, but Ladybug is almost unbeatable, Nuru. If I'm going to do something big, she'll be there. And if she's gonna be there, I am definitely going to lose. I need to learn my powers, Nuru. It's sad that this thing doesn't come with any goddamn tutorials. Or goddamn, what is it called? A manual? As well, Nuru said, and Midoriya said, Nuru? Something of matter? As Nuru said, as Izuku said, wait, does the miraculous come with a manual? As Nuru said, well, it kinda does. As Midoriya said, really? You never told me? As Nuru said, well, you didn't ask me, and as Midoriya said, can you tell me? Okay. As, well, Nuru decided to tell Midoriya because either way, Midoriya is going to force him to say the truth. So he explained about the miraculous book, or grimoire if you will. It's a book that has all the information about every miraculous type and everything, from all the users in the generations. And it also has the secrets for each miraculous. And Midoriya said, the secret for all miraculous? Including the butterfly? As he said, As Midoriya said, where can I find it? As he said, I don't know, only the Guardian knows. As Midoriya said, Ladybug. Damn it. If I know her, she must have at least destroyed it, or threw it into somewhere that nobody could ever reach. What should I do? As, well, Midoriya started thinking. As he said, it's like, I don't know what to do at this point. I'm stuck in a corner. I mean, I can attack her at her house, but that will definitely not work. She's far too smart to keep it in her home. Or in Paris. And I mean, I don't really know where. And I bet that her daughter doesn't know either. If only I can know when did she hit it. If only I can go back in time. As Nuru said, Midoriya? As Izuku said, that's it. Why should I bother searching for the book in this time when I can just bring the copy from the past? As Nora said, please, easy, Midoriya, it's just time powers are too dangerous. As Midoriya said, I get it, but I'll be careful. Don't worry. Now, all what I need is just the right target. As Nuru said, please, as Midoriya said, Nuru, I already made up my mind. So come on. As, well, Nuru just gets sucked into the brooch, and Midoriya stands there, waiting for the right voice to call. On the other side with Ladybug, she's right now in her house and she's just going crazy at work. Emily wakes up in the morning and finds her mother just down and just doing ridiculous stuff with papers all around, and the place is in a bad shape. And she said, Mom, what's going on here? As, well, Mrs. Marinette said, oh, Emily, good morning. I've been just working. As she said, working. Don't you think you've been working a little too much? Let me guess, working late at night again? As she said, yes, dear, where can I find this Hawk Moth? Pulled this last straw when he did that. Innocent woman. As she said, you're too fixated on him. As Marinette said, of course I'm too fixated on him. He's my entire reason why I'm here. Just the quicker I get rid of him, the quicker we can return to Japan. To Paris, what am I saying? I'm losing my mind here. Just wait, so he attacked here and but no, it wasn't. It was Tokyo, but as, well, Emily just leaves her mother to do the thing while she suddenly hears the bell of the door ring. She's like, I'll get it. And when she comes to open it, she immediately hears the sound saying, now where is my favorite girl? As she see her, well, a woman standing at the door. As immediately Emily said, oh, Auntie, what are you doing here? As she immediately gives Emily a hug, saying, now here's little Emily. Where is Mary? As immediately she said, well, she's inside. She's, well, doing stuff. As, well, Emily sees not only her auntie, Alia, but also her brother, as she welcomes both in. And, well, then Marinette hears the sound of Alia and she stops, and Alia said, geez, girl, what are you doing? This is worse than before. As she said, oh, Alia, as she goes and gives her a hug, saying, how, damn it, I'm fumbling. How have you been? As, well, Alia said, well, come on, Mary. You know that I know exactly who you are. It's okay, you can fumble around me all you want. As she said, thanks. As, well, Emily said, I'm gonna go out for a walk. As Marion said, but you haven't eaten breakfast. As she said, I already cooked something for me. Don't worry. Or I'll just gonna buy something. You're too focused on your business to even do anything. So, as, well, Emily just leaves. Even though Alia told her, hey, what's wrong? What's the matter, girl? I'm here. Come on, let's chat. As, well, she leaves. She doesn't want to have to do with anything with her mother or her friends. As, well, basically, Marinette welcomes Alia's brother too, which he said, how are you doing, Marinette? Hope you're doing well. As she said, yeah, I'm doing well. And as they look at the ridiculous state that the room is in, as Alia said, yeah, I can see that, definitely. As she wonders what is Alia doing here, as Alia said, are you crazy, girl? A new Hawk Moth shows up and you expect me not to report for this? You know who I am. News reporting and all. As Marinette said, yeah. So what about Trixie? How is he doing? As, well, Trixie appears and, well, immediately little Tiki also appears and they both hug and, having a fun time. Trixie, it's been a while since, well, basically they saw each other. Regardless of which, Alia continues speaking about her, well, work as a news reporter and at the same time as a hero. A hero that uses drones to record what's going on city, basically streaming straight up what's going on with the villains into the people, which is, I guess, is a useful thing as a news media reporter. And also, she's still working on her lady blog that turns into a whole entire app. As well, she starts talking to Marinette and telling her that she comes here, to report about this new Hawk Moth, and of course, she can't have a lady blog without the ladybug. Also, her brother came with her because he is going to have you know, basically apply for a rap job here at Japan because, trying to make an album, if you will. As well, Alia basically told her brother that sadly she'll gonna have to stay with Marinette, but she hopes he is gonna do well. As well, he thanks her and tells her she already did enough for him for allowing him to come with her. Regardless of which, he leaves, as well, leaving Alia and Marinette alone to talk. As immediately Alia asks about Emily, as Marinette said, I don't know, Alia, she's just. I'm a horrible mother. As she said, oh, come on, you're not that bad. As she said, no, I am that bad. She wants attention, but I just don't know how to give it to her. Adrian was the one that always took care of her. I was kind of just doing hero work and focusing on this entire, costume outfit making hero stuff, and I just forgot to spend time with her. I don't know how he was doing it. He was just too. I'm just so tired. I have this whole hero stuff, and I have the whole entire stadium of outfits to create for the next season, and I have Hawk Moth on my tail, and I have my daughter as. Well, Alia just chuckles a bit, saying, well, what's new about that? Little old Marinette always biting more than she can chew. As she said, all what you have to do is just try one thing at a time. Tell her that you love her. Make sure that she knows it. And, at the same time, even though that you can be there for her, make sure to finish your hero job quickly to spend more time with her. Maybe take a vacation after this whole Hawk Moth stuff. Speaking of Hawk Moth, how is he? And who's this new Hawk Moth anyway? As Marina said, I don't know. It's just odd. Don't know what his goals or motives are yet. All what I know is that he's just making villains, and he's a lot smarter than the one before. He's slow, Alia. He's plotting. He's planning things slowly. Regardless of which, Alia and Marinette continue to talk and chat. And on the other side, with Alia's brother making his way into the studio that he's going to, after basically offering his idea and trying to record, and when they tested him, they didn't find his music to quite be appealing. They told him that sadly they're not gonna take his album and they won't gonna publish it, so, the guy just leaves after getting disappointed, as right now he's outside in the streets holding into his album, being a bit angry. He worked on this thing for so long and trained so much, and yet they refuse him like that. While on the other side, Hawk Moth is waiting as he said, the voice of someone disappointment, working so hard and so much just to be thrown and tossed into the bottom of the food chain by those at the top. What an unfair world we live in these days, right? As Midori created an Akuma and said, fly away, my little Akuma. Give that starving artist a second chance. As it arrives, and when it lands in his goggles, or, his sunglasses, if you will, Hawk Moth said, Time Tagger, I am Hawk Moth. All of the people in this world wishes to have a second chance at life, to change a specific event in their life that they want to change so badly. I will gonna give you the power to do just that, to go back in time and change all past events. However, for that I need from you a favor. I want you to go back in time and bring me the miraculous book from the old Hawk Moth. As Midoriya tells him the name and the location into Paris. As Time Tagger said, I'm gonna do that for you, Hawk Moth, and after that, I'll be back here in a flash. They won't gonna see me coming. As he transforms into Time Tagger, and before you know it, he already goes back in time, as Midoriya's connection with him suddenly is cut. He wonders what's the matter. It's saying that I cannot connect to my villains if they are in a different time period. Well, let's wait and see. As, on the other side, Time Tagger arrives in Paris. He meets the younger Ladybug and Cat Noir. He starts fighting and he starts beating them up, until the old Hawk Moth realizes the appearance of a different villain that he did not expect. Time Tagger introduced himself as Time Tagger, telling him that the future Hawk Moth sent him here for important business. And when the Ladybug and Cat Noir run away, Time Tagger proceeds to put some tags on the ground before going straight into Hawk Moth's lair, as he enters through the main door. And right now, Gabriel seeing him enter into his house, and, well, Time Tagger tells him that the future Hawk Moth knows who he is because he is the future Hawk Moth after all. He says that he discovered the secret in the miraculous book, but in the future Ladybug took it from him, so he needs it back. As well, Gabriel, seeing that his future self needs the book to success on a big plan that he has, he gives it to him. And after Time Tagger basically takes some pictures out of the book, he hands it back, making sure not to change this part of the history. As well, he opens the portal, and on the other side, Midoriya gets tossed into a phone. As he holds it and sees all the picture inside of it, and Midoriya said, "Perfect." And well, the portal closes, and Time Tagger leaves the Hawk Moth alone with, of course, his helper, going back into Paris. And right now, while that's going on, Ladybug and Cat Noir arrive with Bonix that came out of her statue after that. Eventually, while she's fighting against Time Tagger, she discovers something wrong. And when Ladybug does his whole plan of going back into the future, giving Bonnie a message, Bonnie does return into the future. And she meets Ladybug on one of the rooftops. As she said, "I'm sorry I failed you, Ladybug." As, well, Marinette that done talking to, well, basically Alia. Right now Alia with her and her hero costume being, well, the Fox hero. As Marinette said, "Don't worry, Bonix, it's alright." As, well, when Bonix looks at her, something is off. She's like, "Wait, where is Kitty?" As Marinette said, "What are you talking about?" As, well, Alia also said, "You mean Adrian? He is..." As Bonix said, "No. Where's Adrian? Where's Cat Noir?" As she grabs into Ladybug, and Ladybug said, He's gone. For a long time." As she said, no, where did I mess up? Where did I mess up?" As she immediately goes back into her hole. And in our prime time, Midoriya is right now looking into his phone while basically flipping through these pictures of the miraculous box, while in the, well, giant basically layer of the bunny, or the rabbit hole if you will. She starts looking. Where did she go wrong? The timeline is messed up and she doesn't know where did she go wrong. She has to correct it no matter what. As, well, after she returns basically returns Alia's brother into the correct time, she returns into her, well, rabbit hole and decided to look, and she finds it. And Midoriya right now looking through the phone. Suddenly, a white portal opens up before Bonix jumps out and tries to attack Hawk Moth, as Midoriya barely dodged before he whistles. And his dog appears. Houndoom appears. As Bonix standing in front of Midoriya and Houndoom, and Midoriya looks into her and he said, Who are you?" And Midoriya thinking in his head saying, "The rabbit? Nur did speak of it. A time traveler?" As Midoriya said, I think I should have expected this." As Bonix said, "Give me that phone, Hawk Moth." As he said, "How about you come and get it?" If you want it, then you'll have to take it. As Midoriya basically unsheathes his cane, revealing the hidden blade. As Bonix said, then so be it. As she starts immediately going after Hawk Moth, attacking him with her umbrella, while Houndoom is basically attacking her with his tendrils, she proceeded to send Houndoom in a different time period, which left Midoriya vulnerable. And while she immediately goes against him, and the simply different in age and skills resulted in Bonix being able to destroy his, the phone in his hand. As Bonix crushed it, and Midoriya said, "Damn it!" As right now she looks straight into him, saying, "It's over for you." As Midoriya said, "No, am I gonna be defeated like this? Taken down on her hands?" As he said, "I won't allow you to defeat me like this. Not giving up." As he holds his, blade in front of Bonix, but Bonix doesn't move. She destroyed the phone and, she stopped. As Midoriya looks, saying, "Why aren't you attacking?" As Bonix just stays quiet. And Midoriya said, "Oh, wait a minute." "I get it now." As Midoriya sheathes back his sword, saying, "You are not a time traveler or a time walker. You're a time watcher. You're not allowed to interfere into the events of a past timeline. Is that correct? You cannot touch me, even though you want to. You only here because this phone was from a different time period and you needed to fix that mistake. Am I correct?" As Bonix looks into Midoriya with anger, saying, "Even though I can't touch you, Ladybug will still defeat you. I don't have the future set in stones as I wish it could, but I'm gonna know where I made a mistake and I'm gonna fix it. For the meantime, you should watch your back. And how about you stop sending those time villains? If you try and send another time villain, it will just gonna end up stabbing you in the back. You don't understand the amount of danger you're putting yourself and everybody in. You could cause the entire multiverse to just collapse. So how about you hold off on those kind of villains, Hawk Moth?" As Midoriya looks into her, saying, "Sure thing, Bonix. Now how about you go back into your little rabbit hole, or what? Are you gonna pull a magician out of your umbrella?" As Midoriya said, "Come on, shoo. Leave me alone. Go back into your little rabbit hole, little missy." As Bonix opens a portal and said, "Even though I can't touch you, I'm sure Ladybug will gonna defeat you. Watch your back, because she'll be there for you." As Bonix closing the portal after leaving, and suddenly a different portal appears with Houndoom being teleported through it. As basically she returned Houndoom. She can't take him out of this time period. As Midoriya, after Houndoom returns, he starts petting him while saying, "Bonix, huh? What an idiot." As Midoriya said, "Houndoom, return me back home." As Midoriya teleports back home after transforming into normal human. And right now, after going back into his room, he's right now looking through his computer while Nura is saying, "Midoriya, what are you?" As Midoriya said, "That Bonix was smart. Although I have to say, she might be correct. What would have happened if Time Tagger actually managed to beat Ladybug in the past? Then she would have never beaten the old Hawk Moth. Thus, the old Hawk Moth never lost his miraculous, thus my mother never got it and handed it to me. Would I just cease to exist? Or will my memories reverse? Will it create a different timeline? Or will I just simply cancel the entire process? It just so hurts my brain. Time travel is really complicated. Maybe I should take by her advice and hold off on those time villains. The Time Tagger was the first and the last one I'll ever make of those kinds. At least one that affects the past." However, thankfully, as Midoriya looks through his computer, Nuru sees the pictures of the book. As he said, but I thought Bonix did. As Midoriya said, oh, come on, Nuru. I always have a save, you know, send it to my computer when I need it. Always keep a backup plan when in check if you ever, have something that might go wrong. Haven't you ever heard of the old saying, always keep a backup file? That's what I did. I just needed to make sure that these files aren't going anywhere. Bonix destroyed the phone, and the phone was what she needed to destroy. However, the info inside the phone is still within my hand. She may now think that there is still a mistake, but she won't quite figure what it is. And right now, I have the miraculous knowledge right at my fingertips, although I'll need to decipher it. Can you read this, Noro? As Noro said, sadly, no. As Midori said, can you explain some of it to me? As Noro said, sadly, yes. And this will leave it off, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell me what you think about this part. And what do you think is going to happen in the next part? Well, let me tell you what will going to happen in the next part, or between this part and the next. Midori right now still has 3 days, so at least he has 3 more villains he can add into his team. And he also can use the help of Nuro to decipher some of this language, or even create a villain to decipher it for him. But regardless of all of that, he has everything here ready for the sport festival. He has the dirt that he has on the heroes, he has Endeavor's story, and he has even that one file about a different hero that is thrown into Tartarus named Lady Nagant. All those informations should do a bit of damage into the hero society, especially if he reveals All Might's true nature into the world. Well, that's for another part to talk about. For the meantime, goodbye.